To be or not to be. That was a monumental statement written by a British guy who was all about shaking your spear, but it also happens to be a name of an android who makes me feel big. So if you ever wanted a game where you got existentialism, robot uprising, aliens, all the while admiring the designs for every single character and going, whoa, 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 then Nier Automata is the game for you, created by a man who has his head stuck in a mask. Or is it actually real? And yes, 1 minute you're flying a CIA drone for wacky, fun, arcadey gameplay, to suddenly slick, fast-paced combat with numerous weapons made by Platinum Games, the people behind.
You've been naughty.
And
Nanomachine, son.
and fishing. Oh, so this is what our future looks like.
Now that's comedy.
Released in 2017 on the PlayStation 4, Nier Automata stood out from the sea of good games, as on one hand you had the hardcore fans of Yoko Taro, a man known for very unconventional stories in his earlier titles. Now even more hype he got to work with Platinum Games to have a game that you actually enjoy playing. While the new fans went, huh, looks cool, and then they saw the main character and went,
Thank you.
now, long-time fans of this channel, I know you're out there. You might remember I did this one video on the game, but it's terrible. Didn't even cover the whole thing. And even more OG fans might remember these videos. And no, please, they are horrible. The only notable thing about them is that I got very wet. Yeah, no one wants to see that. So it's time to rectify that with this one video and a full journey into the wild ride of Nier Automata, complete with machine uprisings, settling a single debate between your preferences,
Fight my shiny metal ass.
It doesn't look so shiny to me.
Shinier than yours, meatbag.
and asking the question, do androids dream of electric sheep? The answer is yes, they do. So 2B is the main character and works for a group called Yorha. Now this is a group that sends combat androids from a space station down onto Earth to fight off the machine menace. As you see, the game takes place in the super far future where aliens invaded, created these machines to kill all humans, and the survivors then fled to the moon where they built androids to fight back. And the androids they built, well, the only design things you are interested in. Isn't that right, Ramona, the channel mascot?
I will destroy the Krusty Krab.
So these androids are made for combat, state of the art. And they get help through the comlink with the operator androids that oversee the mission back on the space station called the bunker.
Do a barrel roll.
Now this opening part is only a small aspect of the gameplay, where it's one of those old school arcade shoot everything on screen. However, you do get a melee attack, so it becomes incredibly easy, and you weave your way through, being the final surviving android. And wait, 2B, slow down, you're gonna crash! Oh no, it seems like we've damaged the circuit. Because, why is the game running like this? Well, I am playing the PC version and I won't bore you with the details because yes, I know my PC sucks. But you just turn on VSync and it works. Kind of funny that's all you need to fix it, because when this game came out it was pretty unplayable on PC, and the fans had to fix it themselves until much outcry and bad reviews. Square Enix finally patched it themselves years later. Gee, I'm sure happy they went back years later to make sure all their PC games are playable.
Don't know, don't care.
So we fight through and reach a nameless boss, which is kinda tough, but our favorite E-Boy 9S saves the day.
That was dangerous, man.
He's a scanner model that provides reconnaissance and is assigned to be our partner, flying on ahead looking for our target, a Goliath-class enemy, while we focus on the smaller ones, these stubby little machine things called Stubbies?
There it is.
So the basic gist is that you got hack and slash combat, very similar to the other entries. You got dodges to slow down time, and here a new addition is the pods. Little helpers that scan things, contact command, and oh yeah, shoot lasers at the enemies when you hold the button. However, with all this flashiness, and if you want to shoot the pods as well, and using the default control scheme, it's very odd. Since R2 is dodge, L2 is lock on, it's just very straining on your hands. However, the game does feel very silky smooth. I mean, when you're controlling her, it feels very high class. Man, I would sure love to meet 2B one day, or at least a cosplayer.
Glory to mankind.
Well, we go further into the factory, as
man.
9S has to get
And
over his
another
mommy
thing.
issues,
Stop calling me man.
and 2B says the thing that a person at the passport office says to you when you want a new photo.
Emotions are prohibited.
And we see that this is a factory where they make more machines.
What?
It's just accessing random, nonsensical data from the old one. There's no actual meaning behind anything everything machines do.
9S seems to have a thing against them. And during this, the game will change camera angles to keep you on your toes. And I have to mention that because the lock-on kinda sucks. I mean, with so many enemies and fast gameplay, you would expect the lock-on to move on to the next one when you defeat one. But no, you gotta press L2 every time in the middle of the combat, meaning your hands end up looking like this. What are you in for? So we make it to where the Goliath should be, but it's nowhere to be seen. Wait behind you! Oh god, it's jumping off the high road! Now this boss is quite tough for a first encounter, because clueless 2017 me, barely good at action games, died. And then you realize there's no checkpoints up to this point. Yeah, you gotta repeat everything again. This is a very Yoko Taro thing. Little stuff only his games would do. But I have no problem now because I beat Metal Gear Rising on normal difficulty. However, it keeps reviving itself until 9S joins to help out.
9S!
The Goliath down, 2B rushes to help 9S badly damaged, as the big boy gets up again and now can talk. But with 9S's special skills, getting people to join his Patreon, and also hacking, 2B can rip off the arm to beat it up, and finally it's dead. Mayo, you really think so? It calls its buddies to gang up, and these two only have one option: use their black box as their hearts to wipe them all out.
You want me to explode?
Yes!
Now they ain't dead because being an android, 9S uploaded 2B's data to the bunker, so her mind and memories get put into a new body and it's like nothing ever happened. However, 9S didn't manage to do so for himself, and his mind was reset.
There wasn't a whole lot of bandwidth down there, you know?
Oh yeah, don't
Probably
get me
only had
started on the
time to back up the
bandwidth down
memories.
here. This also annoys 2B because now she has to remind him not to call her ma'am again. Now you might have noticed how the loading screens are very tongue-in-cheek, like haha, get it, you're playing an android. Well, now 9S performs a diagnostic check on 2B and will ask you to do things, and you don't have to listen.
Hello? Go ahead and adjust your settings so you can hear me.
It's quite hilarious messing about in this. Wait, you're installing self-destruct? We have a self-destruct?
I can't find the coin slot! Here it is!
Coin-operated self-destruct. Not one of my better ideas.
And this is the Yoha space station, a base for the androids led by the commander,
The enemy.
where she motivates the crew to fight for the human cause. So talking to the other androids, they seem very weirdly human. Like you wouldn't even think they are cold, merciless, killing machines. Or maybe because you got this lovely monochrome palette with soothing music. So it's a nice place to be in, until you break the game.
For regular working, not for fancy working.
Anyway, the chunky commander tells us to meet up with the resistance camp on Earth, who are filled with androids fighting off the machines on their own. So back down we go. Huh, Earth sure seems different. Now the worlds are sort of medium sized, all connected to each other, and this is the resistance camp where it's very post-apocalyptic, with nature taking over. Stubbies everywhere. Damn it, why did you remove vanilla Coke? And what's the plural for moose? Meese? And so at the resistance camp we speak to the leader, Anemone, and you can buy all sorts of things here like healing items and chips. Not that. Chips! God, I need to fire my editor. Wait a minute, that's me! But androids are hungry for these chips, and installing them changes them up, as you can get stat boosting ones that automatically use your healing items when you're low on health, counter attacks, and so on. There's a lot of depth here to change up your gameplay if you want, like for real, you got even chips for the UI. If you don't want to see your mini-map, then get the hell out of here. But whatever you do, do not remove the OS chip. You wouldn't do that to your little android buddy, right? Hey, no, stop! That's the end? Oh, Yoko, you troll. So yeah, the game has 26 endings after the alphabet. The main important ones are A through E. The rest are memes like the one we just saw. Or how about the self-destruct thing? You remember that?
Probably go talk to their leader first thing.
You know I'm so sick of you, 9S. Yeah, that. Well, what happens when you try that on an air pressurized space station? It does beg the question why this ship was air pressurized to begin with, since they're not human. Anyway, you will get these endings for doing random things over the course of the game. You might not even notice them on a normal playthrough. Now you can also customize your android's looks if you want. as well as the pods. A floating book? What a stupid idea.
Oh, this is madness.
Now you can also buy different weapons and equip them to your 2 attack buttons to mix and match the combos, adding even more depth to the gameplay, since all the weapon types have their own movesets, and yes, even the fists count. Even kicks if you want. So Anemone tells us to help out this android in the desert, and away we go. And now you may be thinking it's so far away. But thankfully this game has super fast running, making 2B pump those crazy chunky thighs, so that it's so fun to traverse this world. Until you touch something.
Transmitting to us
God damn it, Bush! Also pro tip, this game has an online of sorts, where if the setting is on, you can find other players' dead bodies to either farm items or summon to help you for a bit. What the hell? Where's your face? Get me out of here! So onto the desert where you get propaganda to keep fighting the good fight for the humans.
Are brave androids fighting on the surface.
And you trip on the sand, you see long-necked stubbies, and meat.
Name's Jackass.
Jack.
She's crazy.
Wouldn't want to have anyone getting tangled up
So
in
crazy that she gives you fish to eat. I mean, I ain't opposed to eating fish. Wait, can androids even eat? That killed me? I knew there was something evil about that Dory! So we go through the sand,
I don't like sand.
where the machines talk, which has 9S going WTF, aren't they dumb robots?
If they wanted help, why would they be attacking us?
Where's your camera not working? We literally shot first! And we chase one machine into this apartment complex with no humans due to overseas investors buying them up to jack up the prices, and we find the machines. Machines displaying human emotions, huh? They freak out, form a cocoon that spits out an android. It's kinda crazy, slowly leveling up while you fight him, and even though we double team it, out spawns another one, and he's still naked!
What the hell just happened?
So we report back to command and then head to the camp, and Anemone's like, great, here's another mission. You do realize we are super military androids who only work for Yorha. So we listen to her and check out this amusement park with some missing androids. And man, I love Platinum Games for making the movement so fun. Not only is 2B fast, she feels great to control with double jumps and dodging, and they even made the ladders fun. Where you move fast, up or down, it doesn't matter. Nothing about androids is slow. You strap yourself in and feel the G's.
Oh, Lord.
So we reach the amusement park.
The carnival is back in town.
Where the machines actually don't attack us, but 9S has other ideas.
So let's take them out.
Why? Because I told you to.
Because you told me to!
Now this was the place that I started to fall in love with the music, because it was one of the first games to drive home how good a dynamic soundtrack is. When you're in the main area, you got a song with lyrics, but then it becomes muffled in the alleyways with a seamless transition. Although I can't show it as well as I'd like to because Square Enix copyrights the heck out of these songs. I would know. I streamed this game on my stream channel, which you should subscribe to because I'm going through Fire Emblem 3 Hopes and Xenoblade 3, so do it.
Because you told me to!
Well now, let's ride the roller coaster.
So what do you think? I mean, if you want to call me Nines, it's totally okay.
I'm good.
And we reach the boss, a giant machine dressed up in the bodies of our dead android comrades, and uses them to attack, singing this haunting opera. It keeps screaming about how it must become beautiful before we kill it.
That machine had some pretty weird things to say, huh? It's almost like it had actual emotion.
The machines don't have feelings.
What, and you guys do?
She turned me down.
Jeez, maybe eat some food or something to cheer you up?
Name's
Want more
Jackass.
fish? Why is she so crazy?
Alright, see that jerk over there?
So as we leave, the two meet a machine waving a white flag, saying for us to follow, where we find a group of peaceful robots whose leader is Pascal. And talking to the machines, okay, yeah, well, they are peaceful and want to do very human things. And they offer side quests, which usually boil down to run over here to get this thing. Like this one has us finding a robot sister. Now, I don't know how you have a sister, and we have to escort them back here slowly.
Thanks, mister. Thanks, grumpy lady. Oh, I'm here. You can have this.
But you got other quests like find more dead androids,
Look, a corpse.
or fighting rogue androids who for some reason don't want to work for Yorha, move some boxes, race some machines, or just do some quests that give you actual lore, like this android called 11B who faked their death to escape from Yorha, but they couldn't survive on their own as you find their body. And it's funny, if you go back to the quest giver and tell her about the betrayal, she goes, serves that loser right. But if you lie, she goes, damn, we used to date. Quite a wide range of emotions you got there, Yoko. So we do some tasks for Pascal to get to know them, even though 9S is like, I don't trust you, you bucket of bolts. But then we get word from the commander that a Goliath is attacking the resistance.
This was a trap. I knew it.
I promise you, we were not aware of this information. I realize
Like, come on,
the
you're
odds
right
of you
there.
believing
Just
me are
save your
strikingly
daughter.
low.
So we head out to see the big boys attacking and grab the mechs to fight, causing one to self-destruct, leaving a huge crater, where command tells us that they can now sense the aliens down below. Yes, the aliens who started the whole war by making the machines who can't wait to get some payback. Oh, they're all dead. And kinda jelly looking. But who would stop us leaving but Adam and Eve, the two machine-created androids? So did you stop by Target to get some pants or something? They reveal that they killed the alien masters, and their next step is to kill the humans on the moon. But we fight them off and have to report to command.
Back this way again? What a pain.
Stop complaining.
Yeah.
Fine, you little baby. We will take the patented android transport vending machines. Just ask Jackass how it works.
Hey, how's it hanging?
Low and lazy.
Yep, just package your androids nice and tight, and our delivery drivers do the rest, who we don't pay very well. So yeah, the vending machines are the way to fast travel in this game, and it even helps when then you got more side quests, like protecting these robots parading about peace. Companies during June. Companies during July. Or finding that a robot here cares for animals. Which made me notice the thing that Yoko does in a lot of his games, where whenever they want you to feel sad emotions, they will play some of the saddest music ever to try to force that emotion. I don't know, it sometimes feels a bit much at points. So we talk to Pascal, who says there's another supposed peaceful robot village in the forest, and to get there, we have to go to the shopping center where we see...
Hey, where am I? What's up?
This thing's weird, 2B. Let's kill it.
Wait, what? No!
Good idea.
No!
What an oddball. So here's the peaceful Forest Kingdom. Okay, maybe I took a wrong turn. And here there is some bonus platforming if you want an extra item. Are you serious? The cutscene threw me off? Alright, try again. And what do we get? A stick.
You don't say.
Well, into the castle we go.
Watch out for hostile enemies, 2B.
Roger that, 9.
Huh? Wait, what did you just say?
Roger that, 9S.
Wait, no, that...
And we find the king that they are protecting. It's a baby robot. Wait. So that meant something? Ah, it's so cute and... Apparently, this rogue android is called A2, which command tells us to kill, but A2 is like, see your thoughts? Also, if you're wondering why 2B will randomly go,
00110.
it's due to an auto-healing chip I have equipped, which will heal you up after 6 seconds of taking no damage. So 9S asks the commander who was A2, but they go, that's classified, kiddo. And we run back to the resistance to find Emil. He becomes another shop you can buy things from at times. And we tell Anemone about A2 and she's like, wait, A2? You're hunting her? Really? Huh.
Something wrong here.
But then we get a call that a huge Goliath is off the coast and all of us have to report there.
Let's take him out already so I can be home in time for dinner and a bath.
Androids don't need to bathe.
And so begins possibly the longest segment of that arcade shooter, where it changes angles, you're flying for so long. Balls! It's just so tedious because you hold the laser button and spam melee, I mean, you don't even need to move. Oh no, the laser! Oh, see? It's easy! But turns out that wasn't the Goliath.
It's freaking huge.
Yes, it's this giant thing that you spend even more time shooting. And I really hate these segments in the game. They just drag on and on. And despite 9S flying off to launch a missile in its mouth, it has enough energy to explode an EMP bomb, knocking us all out. I just received word that Hot Topic is having a sale on crop tops. So we wait to find 9S missing, and Anemone is like, you need a black box scanner. Ask those girls, they can help.
What do you want?
Easy, Devila.
Huh, interesting design. I don't know, I feel like I've seen you before. You've been to this club often? And so begins about 20 minutes of tedious fetch quest to eventually find 9S deep underground in this fake city with android bodies everywhere and Adam, who has captured the E-boy.
I prepared this just for you.
And this place has my favorite music in the entire game as we fight Adam, but he wants to feel true pain, so he tries to buy a house in 2022, but that's not enough pain, and cuts himself off from the machine network, which is that thing that connected all of them to communicate and keep respawning. Pascal and the Forest King, both of their groups were split off from it previously, so now if Adam dies, he dies. So he dies. And 2B grabs 9S, sending him back to the bunker to be repaired, as Pascal goes, hey, 2B, there's this other group that want to make peace with us. Can you please be our bodyguard, please, just in case?
They wanted to discuss a peace treaty.
No kidding.
Apparently, they're seeking to form an...
You don't say.
Indeed.
Please.
I was actually planning to go...
Sounds good.
I mean, who said androids had to communicate properly? So we head back to the abandoned factory where...
Once I accepted God into my heart, I was filled with serenity.
Loving serenity. It's about damn time.
These guys seem like fun. Can I join?
God, His wondrous grace has become
Good thing my membership didn't get approved. So the robots go berserk, claiming if they die, they will become gods. But not all of them are evil, only the ones with red, glowing eyes. The rest of them are fearful for their lives, and we escape with Pascal to find...
To me! It's me, 9S!
9S?
Wow, you look so much better. So 9S hacks to help us through the area where we can find special weapons from Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy. And it's cool because all these weapons have these stories to them and you unlock more the more you level up. It's like the weapon store the user's memories at that time. So we fight a boss and escape while seeing Eve mourn that his brother isn't home to cook him dinner. And swears his revenge with red glowing eyes. But finally, freedom!
Oh, that was certainly something.
A lot of machines died, kiddo, have some decency. But as we make it back to the Resistance camp, more machines have been overtaken by this red eye virus and began eating the androids. So we save the camp and find that Eve has gone crazy with revenge, but 9S comes in to save the day. Now the hint I'll say here is that the pods really help because Eve is flying high in the air away from your combo, so that's the way to do a lot of damage. But 9S hacks into Eve getting the virus himself, but this allows 2B to kill Eve, and 9S with his eyes red asks us to kill him so he won't spread it to the other androids. He'll be fine, he'll just get a new body, but that means he can't upload his data now, so this will be like resetting him once more, losing all the memories he had with 2B. So she does what she does best.
Come here, you little squirt.
And kills 9S, lamenting why it always has to end this way. However, 9S is still alive since he uploads his memories into nearby machines and thus ends the game. Yay! Route A done! Come on, don't be a journalist who doesn't know how Yoko Taro games play. That's not the whole story, because you got more routes for the full ending, where it's now Route B where you play as a robot trying to give his brother oil. Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Doesn't matter how much oil you give him, little guy. You can't make a machine your brother.
Oh, wait, I have to now play as the E-boy. So yeah, this route has you controlling 9S, his perspective as you gotta clear the way before 2B crash lands, which involves a lot of Hacker Man, where his gameplay is a lot of hacking into machines, complete with 8-bit music of the areas you're in, where it's a shooter minigame where you have to destroy the balls before they get you, and sometimes you can insta-kill the enemy. I mean, sometimes, I don't know how it works. Like on occasion, you can easily destroy them, but then other times you got these golden machines that can only be damaged with hacking, but then you gotta do it like 4 or 5 times for it to work. And yeah, more of this arcade gameplay. Serious question, does anyone here prefer this to the action combat? Because it really feels repetitive when you can just button mash to win. And furthermore, in 9S's combat, he loses the heavy attack for hacking, meaning he doesn't get as many combos. And yes, the story is the same. Well, you can now see what 9S did off screen. Like when you crashed into the Goliath, you have to now hack your systems back online, and that's a pretty cool visual.
I have to repair him.
Hey, stay back, 2B.
Get me staunching gel and logic virus.
So now remember when 9S had to test 2B's settings? Well, you're on the other side of it. And it's very noteworthy because remember how I messed around back there? That was all recorded. And you see it from 9S's perspective of how 2B is just annoying. Now this is the cool stuff I love from this kind of game.
Oh, Thank you. Anyway, that takes care of the settings. What the heck? My pulse rate is rising.
Ooh, 9S is getting a bit flustered.
Seems to be back to normal now.
Oh wait, no. He's thermal throttling!
We 9S models are the best around, you know. Though I suppose we're not exactly known for our modesty.
Ah, 2B.
I'm not 2B,
Maintenance
man.
finished?
So yeah, back to the Resistance camp, and thankfully your items and levels carry over, meaning some side quests you already have the stuff. Now pretty much every cutscene is the same, but you do get extra ones chucked in when they tell you the backstory of the machines you're hunting, like how that opera singer tried to become beautiful to impress another machine, or how that Leviathan was a sad little baby. They all have names now, and all of this to try and make you feel sorry for killing them earlier. I mean, sure, dude, you're not really giving me a choice to not kill them, and now I have to do it all again. So I don't think you're getting the emotion you want me to have. Like, no matter how many little baby tears you're showing, I'm not gonna forget I had to do this section twice. Well, okay, not everything is the same. I mean, the opera singer has more attacks now. Yeah. And you also get different enemy spawns to match your level, like a tank here in the desert. Then the pods start this theater talk where it's like they communicate with each other on this closed network that we don't know about. And you get more cutscenes of Adam and Eve naked eating fruit, where they try and do more human actions. But yeah, I can't stress this enough. It's the exact same route as before. The exact same cutscenes. Wait. Rewind that. Oh. But 9S does get more side quests like this introverted robot who hides in his room and we have to hack the locks. Oh god, the kid music is starting again! So we continue on to the Forest Kingdom. Oh, 2B, you're looking a little different. And get cutscenes to give more meaning to the robot baby.
I don't know. We're too dumb to figure that out.
9S though is kinda a ladies man, well, android ladies man. Android man.
You're always so cool under fire, not to mention beautiful.
This operator is different to 2B's one, and she's more like... So we do more specific 9S quests which involve more... protecting NPCs. Hurry up and move! And we cut back to the brothers.
Extra hard. You do that.
I need to die regardless. My friends are dead. My family's dead. You killed them all.
You done there, buddy?
Glory to my family!
What the fuck?
And so once again fight the Goliath, that I have to say it is mostly the same. Just shorten these segments, it never ends. I mean, I'm tired, I might as well take a bathroom break. Alright, hey, cool, I'm still alive. Now after the explosion, it's different because you don't play as 2B looking for 9S, since you are him, captured by Adam, and have to reboot by hacking into the machine systems through reading. And you learn more about them, how the machines are trying to copy humans, like with Adam and Eve, but also in other aspects like with the Pascal village, the religious one, and so on. Adam taunts 9S saying androids are just like machines, more than you know, and even says to him, wait, 4-letter word. Kill? Scam? Hey, I need some help here. Alrighty, 9S, here's the word. I want to blank 2B. Now we will give you a hint, and it starts with the letter F. Fire? You dummy boy. Yes, it's the word you're thinking. I mean, who can blame him? I would also love to fire 2B very much, but it's not possible.
Why isn't it possible?
It's just not.
Why not, you
So 2B penetrates Adam and ships us to the bunker for repairs, as 9S hacks into the Yorha server since they have kind of been sussy lately, what with androids running away, A2. And in the system he finds out, the supplies that we sent to the humans on the moon are actually all empty, and that the Yorha was formed before the Council of Humanity was formed on the moon, not the other way around. How strange. But now as 2B gets attacked by the cult, we have to hack into the machines to help clear the way. And yes, you can hack into any of them and they all control very differently. Like look, this one moves quicker by backstepping. And as 9S hacks into more machines, he finds about Project Gestalt, a thing that needs an entire other game to explain. Gee, I sure hope I get subscribers from this video so I can talk about it later. But the basic gist is that this project failed and I mean all of humanity was wiped out. And with whatever data they sent to the moon, this was then used to send the messages around to trick androids that the humans are still alive. So yeah, that's kind of a big deal. And 9S asked the commander about this and she was like, yeah, Humans are dead. But since androids were built to fight for humans, they would be without a purpose. And so they created Yorha to pretend they were fighting for the alive humans, to give them some purpose to keep going, tricking everyone that they're still alive. Well, that's kind of worrying. But now 2B needs even more help against Eve, and so we get into the mech and fly back down, and it's the same route as Route A, where 2B kinks us up, but now we have a crowd. And so we beat Route B. Hey, wait a minute, that was just the same route with only new things at the end! So yeah, this is kind of one of the things I don't like about the Nier games, where they make you play the exact same story again, with the main difference being, oh, the machines, you learn their names, now you feel sorry for them. As someone who can't replay a game he beats for at least a year to forget the story, I just don't like having to play mostly through the same thing again, and you can't even skip the cutscenes because you might miss the new random things they throw in. So yeah, this route is the low point of the game for me. 9S as a character is not as fun to play, as since due to the hacking it ruins the fast flow, and I mean to fix this they could have had you swap between the two characters. Like, meanwhile, this is what happened to 9S, because in the next route you do actually do this, so I don't know why Route B has to be the same. But now it's time for Route C. That redeems the game so much for me. Brand new story where the androids will now launch a full-scale attack on the machines, and 9S questions and decides against telling 2B what he learned while he scouts on ahead.
That's right. Good job, 9S.
Why are you talking to me like I'm a child?
Attacking is pointless. Try to sneak up behind your foes, keep out of sight, and then, boom! Hack 'em up good.
Okay. Boom? Is she serious?
And I don't think my game loaded right. Where are the textures? The bridge! So we clear the way for all the androids to come in and fight, and they are very tough machines, even pulling finisher moves on me. And we get a whole army of androids, but the machines use an EMP to jam them, and the game does more cool things where we can't see the enemy, attacks stop working, and all sorts of visual effects, while we have to distract the machines as 9S. But then all the lady androids start to go crazy with glowing red eyes. Yes, the virus has spread to them, and they attack, but we can't hit back, not because 9S is a gentleman, but because the Yorha ID doesn't allow friendly fire. So 2B and 9S try to escape but get jumped on, and just manage to explode their black boxes, sending them back to the bunker. The commander is like, oh, what the heck, why are you back? As the comms are down with the EMP, they don't know what's happening. She then moves to arrest us for desertion, but before they can bring out the Sundays, we hear a girl's voice as the Yorha all become infected.
The senior life forms. We'll speak to you through the network and virus.
How is that even possible?
We've had a great deal of fun watching you squirm. But I'm afraid the end has come for this outpost.
And now we gotta protect the Prez with all the lights failing and all these crazy Yorha fighting us. Just as we escape, the commander goes she can't follow because she's too heavy to fly a mech, I mean she's infected, and will stay and blow up with the ship. While the most hypest opening credits play as the two fly back to Earth while the bunker explodes. But it's not over as more Yorha attack, so 2B controls 9S's ship and flings him away to safety. And we play as 2B, who is now corrupted by the virus with all these visual and audio glitches. She goes to a secluded area where she won't infect others, and due to no more bunker, she can't come back. If she dies, it's all over. But just as the machines move in, who should come to the rescue? A2? I knew you weren't evil! And 2B on the verge of death tells A2 to look after the androids and gives her the sword with her memories. And we then control 9S, who is looking for 2B. See, they can do these character swapping routes.
Cause is likely a high magnitude earthquake. Proposal: evacuate immediately.
Somehow the animals are always the first to know.
As he reaches the bridge, 9S sees A2 stabbing 2B. What she doesn't realize is just A2 putting 2B out of her misery. These romantic comedy situations of miscommunication. All he sees is 2B getting killed as she finally says his name.
Night.
And so, 9S freaks out. And falls down below while this huge, and I mean huge, I know you don't understand how huge this thing is, tower shoots up from the ground. And now we control A2. Oh, I miss 2B. Wait a second. Does she got the cake? She do! And according to my analysis, her size and shape seem to be very similar to 2B, which is weird when you think about it, but A2 is very strong, and also has a taunt button.
You wanna dance?
Show me a good time, Jack.
And she has this super dash ability, letting her glide like an anime, and her self-destruct lets her go into berserk mode for even crazier attacks. Yeah, so she's very fun. And 2B's final wish is that her pod should join A2, and the pod can't refuse. No matter what she says, he won't leave.
Tending support unit is not provided with data related to the activity of its target. It is programmed to automatically repeat the request every 30 seconds until such data is made available.
Are you kidding me?
So A2 goes into the desert to fight some machines. And fights a Goliath that sends out an EMP, causing her to hack into her memories, where we see that she was one of the first Yorha units to go onto Earth years ago, and ended up being the only survivor, with the whole squad dying. And you also see 2B's sword memories.
We have no one to help us. We can only cry
I
and
said
scream.
shut up!
Just shut up.
But don't think the pods are just left out now,
Launching compressed conversation mode.
where the game gives you the choice to jump between A2 or 9S. Don't worry, you will have to play both eventually, but for now I'll stick with A2, who needs a fuel filter since all that sand got inside, and has to find one from Pascal.
Help! Help me!
Are those machines
Hey, how you
fighting each
doing,
other?
buddy? Alright, fine, let me save him. But A2 is still mad because the machines killed her group, so she wants to kill him. And you get a proper choice to kill or not to kill. Wait, let me save before doing this? Hey, no, wait, I wanted to kill him!
Have my thanks.
My planet needs me.
He can fly.
So we do quests for the village and you feel more attached to them, which made me care so much more than any of those cutscenes in Route B.
There's machines everywhere.
Analysis. This is a colony of pacifistic machine lifeforms led by the unit known as Pascal. It is logical for a large number of machine lifeforms to be present. This pod has concerns regarding Yorha Unit A2's predictive skills.
And we help them out. Whoops, I just alt-tabbed. Don't worry, if you reload the area with quick travel, it's all good. There's no permanent death in this game, right? However, these good times don't last, as you get a distress call from Pascal as their village is under attack. And here's where you get another joke ending. Yeah, just leave and don't go to save them. A2 will go on break time. Most of the endings are like this, just leave the mission area like 2B and Route A, just ignore Eve, and she goes fishing. Hopefully not for that jackass fish. Well, Pascal's village, oh god, it's on fire! And these other machines come in to kill all the villagers you grew to like over the game. As Pascal grabs the children and flees to the factory, however, more machines are converging and all this death, well, Pascal is kinda mad.
Let me help you! I will smash them up and kill them!
Where he helps fight by controlling this giant Goliath in a mech fight in a huge spectacle, where after winning, you return to the children to see all of them dead. They killed themselves due to the fear, a fear Pascal taught them, thinking it would help them survive. Fear overwhelmed them and they would rather die than face the outside dangers.
I cannot live with this heartbreak inside me. I need you. I need you to delete my memories.
Now you have a few choices here. You can delete his memories, kill Pascal, or let him live with the guilt. Oh man, don't make me choose. This is so sad. Oh, fine, wipe your memories. You don't need to remember this horrible tragedy. And so ends A2's segment. Now you gotta play as 9S. Fine.
Looks like he's awake, Devila. Morning.
Oh,
Slept
damn it,
well,
I should have
didn't
picked him
9S?
first! So 9S is back at the Resistance with these two, Devila and Popola, twin androids that help him out.
There used to be lots of our models around. Apparently, we were put here to oversee some kind of large-scale system that was in place.
Apparently? What does that mean?
It means we don't know. All the records from that era have been deleted. Our model kinda went nutso at some point in the past.
Yeah, if only there was another game that showed this and enough likes on this video, I'll talk about it.
I'll do it.
So 9S tries to enter the tower, but it's completely locked. And the pod asked 9S, what do you want to do now? Suggesting that you might want to help the Resistance since the bunker is gone.
I'm going to kill every last machine. And then I'm going to kill A2.
Okay, he's crazy now. I mean, can you blame him? The dude was always annoyed at machines, and now A2 killed his waifu. Time for the revenge arc. So now you can do quests for the twins, as the androids here gave them the hardest task, like finding flowers in the desert. It's kind of annoying since I went too far out and then had to run all the way back to get to the valley again. But I do like how no matter where you are, you can see that tower looming ominously overhead. But it's also amusing how 9S is all moody and angry, but the minute he talks to the twins, it's like, oh my god, hi! And so to finish their tasks, it's really tough, like you gotta go into the forest to fight a Godzilla machine. No, I'm not joking. Does this look like a joke to you? And it's all worth it to see Devla drunk. Well, anyway, to access the tower, he needs to infiltrate 3 sub-units that have now appeared on the map.
Writing is an ancient language known as Angelic. It reads, meat box.
Okay then.
Now with one tower done, you just kill a lot of machines. You go to Pascal. Oh. Yeah, everyone's dead. But oh look, it's Pascal.
Oh, hello there. Such a nice, quiet place here.
Wait, you're selling your dead machine friend's heart for only 21k? What a steal! Now during the second subunit, 9S learns more about the truth of this world, where the cores of the machines and android black boxes are made from the same material, meaning they are more similar than you think. And as to why the androids were easily infected by the virus. And also a little hint, don't summon allies to help you in this route. Like, come on, it's doing more damage to me than the actual boss. And throughout all this, his pod is telling the other one, hey, 9S is kind of getting worse. Maybe don't let him meet A2, okay? What do you mean? He's fine!
What happened to you?
Wounded in battle. NFCS not functioning.
I'm amazed you were even able to drag yourself here. This is gonna take a bit, so just hang tight.
Ladies, over here. So we head to the final subunit in the amusement park full of zombie machines, where at the top he fights his own operator that he sorta liked. And this game keeps really hitting him hard. But A2 appears to save him and kills the operator, making 9S more mad, but he falls off, as then A2 has to fight that oil-guzzling robot brother from Route B. And now we got a very long loading screen? Oh, the pods are talking during the loading. And they go, huh, what is this feeling? We want to protect the androids. Maybe this is what's called a will? Oh god, they're becoming sentient! But how about a little side note with Emil, who's been really bored because we haven't shopped with him recently. What, you want us to cheer you up? Visit you at home? Oh, okay, yeah, well, it's deep underground, guarded by lots of tough enemies and a lot of dead androids. So we enter his home and he's not there. But there's a lot of masks on the side. Huh. You know, I'm sure he won't miss just one, right?
The world's really going to hell in a handbasket, isn't it? I actually had a bandit break into my place a little while ago.
No, the actual reason I did this was because I want to fight Emil. You can't just drive around like that, you know, all high and mighty without a license. However, it looks like you can only do it as 9S or 2B in their routes. But due to the game's weird loading, it's like, okay, I load a chapter, visit him. Oh wait, I can't open his house. I have to specifically talk to him. Okay, now his house is unlocked. Okay, wait, I have 2 masks because I'm loading the same save file, so I already got it before. So I have to then reload a point where he says I stole something. And I do all this for 30 minutes. And then at the end, you need 9S to hack open the safe. You can't use 2B. Neil, I'm gonna steal your things and there's nothing you can do about it! Thankfully, this wasn't all bad with how fast you run. And I got the dang mask and turned to leave and...
So you were the bandit all along? You may be a cherished companion of mine, but you still must be punished.
Holy, he's level 99? Okay, I'm not doing any damage to him. Oh, remember when I said the chips? Well, there's one that if you take damage, it has a chance to deal it back. So if you equip them and keep healing, and oh god, what's with this music? And if you take too long fighting him... Alright, fine, keep your stupid mask, let's just get back to the game. So we clear the subunits with 9S and now can access the tower, but hacking the doors takes too long. However, the redheads save the day, to make up for their past mistakes as they sacrifice themselves to let us enter. And now we get more non-voiced reading backstory. Okay, well, it shows how years ago, there were many of these twin androids called Devla and Popola, whose job was to watch over the replicant program. Due to mistakes by one pair, it failed, and the androids everywhere blamed all the twins for the demise of humanity, which included these two. They were blamed for things they didn't even do. Not even in this game. Kinda unfair a little. Well, 9S makes his way up to a room where he has to fight I'm glad I got to see you here. I truly am. I'll tear you apart. Every last one of you! And so we fight the 2B droids all infected.
Watch your calories.
Don't you tell me how many calories I need, bitch!
However, this 2B, B doesn't stand for but, it stands for bomb. What?
They're bombs.
Meanwhile, A2 goes to the tower, finding a weird library where she learns about something before being attacked by that machine from the Incredibles movie. Then it cuts back to 9S, who has lost his arm, and I don't know, he's crazy. He rips off 2B's arm to use himself, which, I mean, yeah, her arm is infected, so the virus spreads to him. Well, at least he looks fabulous now. And you also get this data entry to show how A2 was actually an E unit for Yorha. Anyway, he becomes trapped by this creepy red girls who reveal something to him.
2B.
Now you know everything.
And this new data reveals the disposal of Yorha, how the war between the androids and machines went on for centuries, as there was a system in place to ensure these androids would never win. As near the end of a war cycle, a backdoor would open in the bunker to allow a virus to sweep through and kill the Yorha, meaning the next batch of Yorha androids would have to start again from scratch every time, and this information wasn't even known to the commander. Now back to A2, where she hacks into the machine network to find these red girls who are known as N2, and they are the masterminds of this whole war, as they are super advanced AI from the machines, whose original goal from the aliens was to kill the humans and android. However, they were thinking and were like, that's pretty easy to win the war, but that would mean if the war was over, they wouldn't know what to do. So they would prolong this war with that backdoor system and ensure it never ended, it would just keep resetting. And so with this time, they were able to monitor how machines and androids would try to emulate humans with their actions. And they would even make test cases like purposefully disconnecting machines from the network to see how they acted like Pascal. And they did this to further their evolution to be able to eventually overthrow their alien masters. N2 was also the one who wiped out A2's original team, who were the first guinea pig Yorha agents sent by the commander as a trial run on Earth to test how Yorha could fight against the machines, which is why A2 then hates Yorha for how they carelessly treated her group, letting them all die. Now if you try and fight N2, they will keep respawning. I mean, you know, you can never kill those crazy horror movie girls. However, our pod says to not attack, to be unpredictable to them, which would cause them to evolve even more and split into two sides.
If we allow this android to continue living, we can create even more hardship for ourselves. Overcoming the crisis this creates will present an opportunity for our kind to evolve even further. We disagree. This android is dangerous. It must be destroyed immediately. Those who would doubt our victory are enemies. Do you truly think you can win?
Ah! Whoa, what's the matter? What the hell is that? A killer robot?
And the two begin to fight. Alright, taking bets on who wins. You got 2-to-1 odds on the red girl, and the same odds on the other girl. And after they're gone, A2 has to fight the ball again, while 9S also has the same with another one, and the game will constantly be swapping between the two till you beat them both. And the music swells and you both land on top of the tower, with those balls becoming two balls, and you must fight them together. And finally, A2 and 9S face off once the balls are dead, where A2 reveals that 2B covered her true name, that being 2E. The E units were androids made to destroy other androids if they came close to learning about the truth of humanity's demise. 2B didn't know this but was always paired up with 9S because he's a scanner android and they like to learn things very quickly, and anytime he found out about humanity, she would kill him and wipe his memories, which makes those earlier lines hit harder in Route A. It is indicated 2B has done this for many years, killing 9S over and over, resetting him each time, which is why she never wanted to get close to him.
Isn't that hilarious? Doesn't it make you laugh?
Well, the virus has taken over 9S, and now you gotta choose revenge for 9S or A2 stopping the virus. And yeah, I mentioned how A2 is actually an earlier prototype of 2E with her call sign, which is why she looks so similar to 2B. And actually, fun fact, there's a guidebook that has androids' measurements and they're actually very similar, so there's your proof. Holy moly, why is the commander so thick? I mean, yeah, they are heavy because in the game you can actually hover down with the pods that let you jump off ledges, but sometimes it's too much for them.
Too much junk in the trunk, eh?
And they crash on down. I mean, if you look up the weight to androids are over 100 kilograms, I mean, imagine how that would feel if they sat on you. So if you pick A2, you fight 9S, hacking into him, which involves a lot of platforming. I died a lot here. She then removes the virus at the cost of her life, A2 happy she can finally join her fallen team. As the tower is destroyed, where we see a moose looking at 2B's sword, meaning that once it touches it, it becomes 2B Moose, and that's canon. Maybe. But that's Route C, and you're meant to retry at this point from the chapter select to pick 9S, where you fight A2, and hilariously you kill her, but also die yourself. And you see his consciousness fade, where he learns more from the machine network due to the virus, how this tower was built by them to launch an ark with machine lifeform alongside Adam and Eve into space to find a home elsewhere, as Adam asks 9S to join them, and it doesn't matter what you choose because you got ending D. And now, since you both have C and D, when the credits roll,
Report.
whoa, hey pods! Hi! And if you accept, the pods will do a data wipe to reset the Yorha units to once again continue the war cycle. However,
I have come to the conclusion that I cannot accept this resolution.
it seems as though watching these bozos go into despair gave these pods a will to want to protect them. And through some discussion they decide, oh what the hell, let them keep their memories. And so you got a bullet hell minigame, shooting the creators of the game, the ones who made the cycle of war. My goodness, it's so long. But if you die, you can say continue. Don't give up, as then other players' save files become your lives. Push through to the end. And thus the final scene, with the pods restoring the bodies and memories, hoping the androids can break this never-ending spiral of life and death. But lastly, then you got the pods going to the player. Hey, you know how you spent all this time doing all the fun stuff? You know, there are other players who sucked at the credits just like you. Would you give up your save file to save them? Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, they're not going to delete my save file, right? Wait, no, you're actually deleting it?
No.
And yep, it's all gone. It's like I never played the game. Video is proof I did. But hey, don't worry, because there's one more secret found. But if you start the game again and play to this point where you meet 9S, thanks to a discovery online, if you pause the game between these two barrels like this and press these buttons, it will skip the entire game and give you everything. Yep. You got all the routes back and everything, the chapter select. Although you're actually at level 1, so if you load any chapter, you have to then unlock everything again. And yeah, that's Nier Automatic Transmission. One of my favorite games in a weird kind of way. I mean, yeah, I did have a lot of little issues with it. Like I even forgot to mention how in the base you have this hole in the building you can run through, but then specifically in this part of the map you can't. Like, why? But the positives outweigh the negatives, because it's such a fun game to play with the movement and combat. I wish more games let you run this fast. It would make running around environments so much more enjoyable. And of course the music is insanely good. It just makes me feel things I don't even know why, and I listen to the soundtrack so much. And the story is crazy on your first playthrough, and then the character designs. And hey, I definitely felt something with 2B. Also, the voice acting for this game is great, especially the main two, and I still have this saved because Kira's like one of my favorite voice actors. Now, even though the story can be considered short if you just count Route A and C with the endings, there's so much to dig through in this game, alongside many personal interpretations on it. And back in 2017, I had played nothing like this. Yoko Taro has such a unique way of designing his games, some of which can be unconventionally frustrating, like the reuse of routes, but when you're at the end, it all feels worth it. Now, with that being said, you would think a game like this wouldn't sell, or with all the unconventional aspects, but man did it sell well, which is why I'm so confused as to why Square Enix did not make any more Nier games on consoles. Oh yeah, pump out the mobile ones with all these killer character designs. I just want to experience more of this again for the first time on a console. But hey, I mean, at least we got 2B Fall Guy skin, right? Alright, yes, it's very good. And that's it from me. I want to thank my patrons for helping support this video, with cheesy thanks to Coxel Sin and Worker B. Thank you so much for helping me make these longer videos. And finally, if you think I made a video on this game despite talking about it so many times on this channel already, just because I played Replicant last year and it made me question which one I liked more, so I had to replay both and make videos going into all of it and then decide which one I liked out of the two, well yeah, you got me. And finally, wait, why is it glitching? We beat the game, so now what's happening? Oh, I heard about this. It's the secret final ending that you only get after making multiple videos on the game. It's beautiful.
Trojan, RamZaes, Magnum, Sheik.